Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Viking Arms. And always be relied upon, the gang of four at the ready, first through, as always. Good to see you and good to have you back with us. Actually, it's not just welcome back to the Viking Arms, is it? It's welcome back to the award-winning Viking Arms. After our superb win at the Lockdown Awards, I'm still going to go on about that. It's been another week of lockdown. But we are here and we are ready to just calm things down as we go into a wet and windy lockdown weekend. So let's see who we've got joining us so far. We've got lots of you cramming through the door to the bar. So the Mullet Gang is with us. And as mentioned, we've already got the gang of four with us. Do let us know who we've got. I've, as always, got Tam with me, who's going to be judging all the comments and making sure I behave myself, and more importantly, that you lot behave yourself. You had a bit of a rough week last week, didn't you, Sam? So you feeling a bit better now?
I'm feeling a lot better. And we're here. It's Friday. We've made it through another week.
We've tested negative. It's all good. It's all good.
All good.
Slovakovskis are back. The Brentons are back. I feel instant calm knowing that Mr. and Mrs. Brenton are here. The Broomfields are here. Wendy Hill is here. The Fishers are here. More on them later. The Bevans are here. And you like my hippo. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. It's a little, what can I say about the hippo? It's become a mascot of the Viking Arms, but it's also a mascot of a club in Henley. The Banans are here. Hello, Jess and Chris. Wonder if you've got the boys with you as well still. The Rapplemores are with us and the Youngs are here. The Whites are here. You're all just dragging yourselves. And I think it would be like, it's Friday evening. People would be literally dragging themselves to the bar at the moment. It's been a very, very long, busy week. So I hope we can offer you a little bit of respite this evening. Mr. Olhausen's here. Joanne and her mum are here. Jeff Smith is back, everybody.
Jeff Smith!
Thank God for that. AKA Santa Claus. Well, I don't know. You might not be Santa Claus now. You might have had a shave. But Jeff Smith, our valued old Viking regular, he is back. The Cordells are here. My niece Danielle is here. The Coltesses are here, the Farquhars are here, the Greens are here, the Lockwoods, they're all here.
Oh, it's lovely. We've got everybody
great.
together.
It's just so it's like comfort food, this, isn't it, on a
Do you
Friday
know what?
night?
It does actually feel like you're kind of spending the evening with people that you know, and it's really, really nice after
It's
a
going to
week
be really weird. If we
just-
ever actually do get the opportunity to do this in real life, you know, we might meet these people for real. We'd be desperately disappointed. but at the moment, this is going terribly well. The Scotchbrooks are here, and the Baxters are with us as well. Jeff Smith saying, sorry you missed last week. Well, your absence was noted. I think if you watch last week's episode, you do get a mention. You didn't miss much. I was stalling, really, because as soon as I knew you weren't here...
He was missed. He was absolutely missed.
The big shout-outs for this episode will go to the Fishers. They are not only getting the shout out, they're getting a big shout out because it's a big thank you to them, because they're in the hot seat tonight for supplying the guest round. We've got a guest round which we'll reveal to you later, but it's an absolute corker. So thank you very much to the Fishers for supplying that. We want to say a huge hello to all of the ladies of Shiplake and Binfield Heath who play with the award, not just any old netball club, the award-winning Shiplake Stars Walking Netball Club.
Hold on. It's a multi-award winning.
Sorry, my bad. It's the multi-award winning Shiplake Stars Netball Club. So all the ladies who play for that, you're very welcome tonight. And we've got it's obviously the week to have a birthday. So we've got some big birthdays today. Really big happy birthday to Maud Humphries and to Mr. Dix, who might be joining us this evening. He's here. He's checked in. Brilliant. Birthday episode for Mr. Dix. I'm going to save you blushes. Enough people have been talking about your age today, so I won't say how old you are, but it's a significant one. So very happy birthday to you. And if she's in tonight, we've also got a big birthday tomorrow for Governor Blomfield, who normally gets a bit of a tick for being governor.
You do know when you say that, it makes it sound ever so slightly like a prison warden.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but I'm always thinking of Blofeld. Anyway, who else have we got with us? Mr. Howe is with us this evening. The Weatherstons are here. Governor Grimmond, you get a little tick as well. I'm going to give Governor Grimmond a shameless plug here. So Governor Grimmond runs the Nettlebed Creamery. So if you fancy some good local cheese, I'm sure she'll put us right. But it's available from the creamery in Nettlebed, but also from Waitrose in Henley,
and it's delish.
Highly recommended. And if there's any free samples working their way by reception, then I'm sure they'll be greatly received.
You are shameless.
Shameless plug.
Shameless.
The Davies are here, the Tangs are here.
Oh, good to see you, girls.
Lots of people still coming through. I'm just going to very quickly run through the rules. So if you are new to the Viking Arms, this is how it works. You have got, coming up this evening, 4 rounds of 11 questions, where the 11th question is a chance for you to have a chat, make a list, and I'll ask some other questions, and so you can let me know how you're getting on. When I do give you the 11th question, 10 answers only, rather than making a long list and picking out the best 10 when I give you the answers. I'll give all the answers out at the end, and the total will be out of 80. I will read each question twice. Try not to cheat. Enjoy yourselves. Talk to us via the comments box. But as always,
keep it clean.
That's the one. Keep it clean. It's a family show after all. And Governor Grimmond says, thanks for the plug. Visit the Cheese Hatch at Nettlebed Creamery, and we'll see what we can do. See you there. See you there. Maybe not tomorrow. It'll be a bit wet, but we'll see you there at some point. And the Passmores are here as well. Okay, I think we're almost due to start, but people are still coming in, and I've lost control. There we go. I've got the worst mouse here. I don't know how you use this all day. Eddie, you can't ask Dr. Zazari. It's not school stuff tonight. You can't ask about tests. You can't ask about marks. You've got to let people chill out for the evening. So, yeah. Not the time or the place. And Vanessa Fisher is saying, it was all Zach's work. I was trying to save his blushes, but yes, thank you so much, Zach, for the guest round. We really massively appreciate it. Do you know, we did actually have a few offers of guest rounds this evening. About 3 or 4 people gave us guest rounds. Yours was by far the best.
Oh, it was brilliant, Zach. Well done.
So yeah, we've chosen yours. And Mr. Dix is saying, will Tam say hello on screen? You're obviously a newbie. You obviously don't know how this works.
That's what you get, Mr. Dix.
It's not a special. You get Tam will be on screen for the Christmas special, speech day special.
Let's not still be here come speech day. Hey?
But otherwise, you just get that.
A little hand.
Right, I make that 8:05. We've got lots of people in the bar. Last but not least, the Kennys have just arrived as well. Now that everyone's got their drinks in, obviously. So we're going to start with round 1. And this, as always, is general knowledge. Here we go. So question 1 in general knowledge. The Moderna vaccine is the 3rd COVID jab approved for use in the UK. But which singer's charity part-funded the research? The Moderna vaccine is the 3rd COVID jab approved for use in the UK. But which singer's charity part-funded the research? I'm having a few messages come through on my phone, not in the comments box. So I think maybe because they're trying to be polite. Mrs. Green is saying she's noticed that I've got a new T-shirt. I'm wearing the Christmas T-shirt and not one of the polo shirts that I just keep wearing. And my niece is asking, have I dyed my hair? What, a tinge of grey? No. No. Mr. Biker. No. This, I think it could be a tough quiz tonight, so we'll see how we go. Question number 2. Boris Johnson has been out on his bike this week, but in which London park was he snapped cycling? Boris Johnson has been out on his bike this week, but in which London park was he snapped cycling? And question number 3. I hope I'm going to pronounce this right. So Deimos and Phobos are moons orbiting which planet? Deimos and Phobos. So I don't know if you want to pop those in the comments, actually. Deimos and Phobos are moons orbiting which planet in our solar system? Might as well call this round current affairs, actually. There's quite a few.
I don't think the moons are that current, are they?
It was in the news this week.
Was it?
Yeah. That's
That
how I got
passed me by.
the question. Question number 4. Bit of a rude one, this. What type of animal is a booby?
I can't believe you said it.
What type of animal is a booby? A little bit of blue there for the dads. What type of animal is a booby?
You sound like Peter Kay.
Oh, that's okay. She says it looks lovely either way. So thanks very much. Thanks. I can't, well, no, story for another time. Question number 5. What type of nut is found in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher?
That should have been in the Christmas special.
What type of nut is found in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? A few of my colleagues, I think, they're trying to work out how old Mr. Dix is.
I know.
And from some of the comments, I think some of them are going to need to go to Specsavers.
Or drive to Barnard Castle. One or the other. Take your pick.
Come off it. 30. Question number 6. A murmuration is the collective noun for a group of which type of bird? A murmuration is the collective noun for a group of which type of bird?
Such a good word.
And the next question, this is not one for the kids necessarily, unless they've revisited this series. Number 7 is, which band recorded the theme tune to Friends? Which band recorded the theme tune to Friends? Question number 8. Which famous graffiti artist allegedly comes from Bristol? Which famous graffiti artist allegedly comes from Bristol? And number 9. What colour are the seats in the House of Commons? What colour are the seats in the House of Commons?
Can we just say as well, we went on a tour of the House of Parliament, didn't we?
Yeah.
A year ago, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was absolutely brilliant. Once you're able to do it again, heartily recommend going and having a proper where you can stand at the dispatch box.
Yeah, you can stand there and pretend to be the
It was very cool.
Prime Minister.
It was very cool.
And question number 10. What is the main ingredient in hummus?
From House of Parliament to hummus.
What is the main ingredient in hummus? Well, we've got a good Henley audience, haven't we? So, Waitrose
essential hummus.
Sorry, Tam's obviously busy checking her messages here, but you need to just maybe... What? Joanne, what are you doing? For any newbies out there, I thought Joanne might know better. Don't put the answers in the comments box. For Christ's sake, how many of these have you done?
Where is there an answer? Oh, there. I haven't had that on my screen. That's why.
Oh, right. You've got the delay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so don't have a go at me. Nothing had popped up.
Cool. Stand corrected. And question number 11. So I am really looking forward to the new James Bond movie that's due out, No Time to Die. We're still waiting for No Time to Die. But can you name the 10 most recent James Bond movies? They don't need to be in chronological order, but what are the names of the 10 most recent James Bond movies? Okay. And whilst you're thinking of that, now we left this right to the last minute last week, but one of what's almost become a quiz tradition now is we need to know what's on your menu, because it's how we cheer ourselves up. It seems the only thing we've got to cheer ourselves up is food and drink. Has the James Bond one not been a question before?
Well, if it
we're
has,
22 episodes in.
we're scraping around.
I mean, you might have had something similar. In fact, I think you've had something similar, but not quite the same.
Well, do you know what? If it has been there, then look at this as a way of really getting a good score tonight. So.
Yeah. Anyway, more's the point. What's everyone having to eat tonight? How are you treating yourselves on a lockdown Friday? Other than obviously enjoying the Viking Arms quiz, what's on your menu? Any fancy drinks out there this evening? Any fancy meals? We had a very nice jambalaya, homemade.
Thank you.
By Mrs. Settle. It was very good. Mr. Brenton straight in there with a salmon. Like the bear that he is, just goes straight for a salmon.
Did you catch it yourself? Hands straight in. Got it.
Straight into the Y.
Yeah, that'll be the one.
Liam has made a homemade curry. Very nice. And are you including that? I don't think Mr. Rollhausen heard the question. No. So the question was, we are looking forwards to the release of the new James Bond film, but it's not actually come out yet. So we're not including that one. So I want the 10 most recent ones that have actually come out. The Humphreys are having fancy burgers from the Field Kitchen in Nettlebed. If you just looked around a little bit more, you could have had a nice cheeseburger from the Nettlebed Creamery. Rather delicious homemade slow cooker curry. Ooh. Thanks to Sid having his student slow cooker at home.
Nice.
Very nice. There must be an advantage to having him back then. Eddie says it's the best burger I've ever had. Might need to check that one out. So where's that? That's the Field Kitchen in Nettlebed.
We have been there. Do you remember we had those amazing sausage rolls? Those really beautiful sausage rolls there. It's like in that old churchy schooly building. Yeah, it's
very
beautiful.
Nice. The Coltises are on hot dogs.
Oh, good call.
Comfort food. What other comfort food options have we got going this evening? So we've got burgers, hot dogs, curries, salmon.
Comfort salmon. Oh, Chish and Phipps. Very nice.
I should also say, Mrs. Farquhar, thank you very much for the nice bottle you gave us in the week. And what did it say on it? It was all nicely engraved.
The Viking Arms Quiz Fizz at the front.
It's going to last us a little while. We're going to save that one for a special occasion. So thank you very much for that. And
the Weatherstones are on pizza. Very
pizza
good.
Night. Yeah, don't have a go. Danielle's trying to kick off. Here we go.
I think she's standing up for me. I think that's very fair of her, to be honest.
Here we go.
Yay, the sisterhood.
Yeah, Friday night is always pizza night. So is anyone having a healthy option this evening? I think we did pretty well on the healthy option.
Oh, I don't know. There was quite a lot of chorizo in there, wasn't there, to be
fair? So whilst we're still waiting for those to come through, the 10 most recent James Bond movies, which probably takes you back to how far back do you think that goes? Are we talking the 80s there, or is it early 90s?
Do you know, you're asking completely the wrong person.
I think we go back to the late 80s.
I'm not enough of a Bond aficionado to know that.
Vegan pizza for the Passmores. The Scotch Brooks are having pizza too.
But with gruel.
With gruel.
Yeah.
Good. A nice boiled vegetable topping. Sushi and Prosecco, Mr. Bevan.
Living the high life there.
I think the assistant bursar is doing very well for some reason. Mr. Dick's having a very well-deserved giggling squid takeaway with his birthday cake. The Coles are having pizza as well. Licorice all sorts for dessert.
Oh no, some of them are nice.
1980. Okay. Dr. Rosario and Mr. Olhauser are just confirming when they think it goes back to. So they're obviously feeling confident with this round. Fish and chips for the Slovikovskis as well. Right, we are going to move. Thank you for all of those. I might need to just wash that down a bit.
That's our menu now, planned for the rest of the week. Now we've heard everyone else's.
So let's go on to round two. And round two is literature.
Oh,
literature.
This is a good round.
So I don't know if Mr. Ralph's the English teacher is playing, but we did do a literature round a few years ago, didn't we?
Years ago?
Was it?
Does it feel like years ago?
It was.
Was it actually the boat club quiz?
We did a literature round and we asked a question about Beatrix Potter, wasn't it? Or was it that one? Name the characters, like what was Mrs. Tiggywinkle? We went absolutely nuts. That's not literature.
Oh, he did. I remember that was one of the boat club quizzes at the Fish and Chip night.
Anyway, this is a little bit more highbrow here. So here we go. Number one in the literature round. Who wrote the Iliad? Who wrote the Iliad?
I know Joanne's kicking off about the Beatrix Potter round. People have long memories, don't they? Oh dear.
They always remember the bad bits as well.
When they didn't agree with what we said.
Yeah, who wrote the Iliad? Question number 2. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights recounts the tragic romance between which two lovers? Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights recounts the tragic romance between which two lovers? And we did sort of say, if you struggle with this question, Tam was kind of offering to sing the Kate Bush song, which kind of gives the answer away.
Please, let's not go there. My singing is bad at the best of times, but the sort of slightly high notes of Kate Bush are probably a bit much for a Friday.
I think that's more than fair enough, actually. Danielle's sneaking in very late there with our dinner will be spaghetti ragu. Also, P.S. fun fact, if anyone watches or knows it, the series Top Boy on Netflix is being filmed opposite my house. There we are.
Fancy.
We'll have a look at that. Right. The Simpsons. What? Question 3. A Study in Scarlet was the first outing for which famous detective? A Study in Scarlet was the first outing for which famous detective? Mr. Scotchbrook is saying, "Let's hear it. We can all judge." I'm going to head this one off at the pass.
No.
I've heard Tam sing once, really, and that was when she was standing next to me as we got married. And I'm going to say, let's just not do it.
It almost ruined the entire day. It's not.
It was a wonderful day. Most
apart
of it.
From the singing.
Question number 4. In Romeo and Juliet, to which family does Juliet belong? In Romeo and Juliet, to which family does Juliet belong? Question number 5. David Cornwell, am I saying that right? It's Cornwell. David Cornwell died recently, but by what other name is he known? David Cornwell died recently, but by what other name is he known? Oh, got incoming from Jeff Smith here.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. I think, could it be an up-to-date
Santa photo? Oh, Jeff.
By his own admission, just in case you're wondering, Jeff,
is some beard.
Jeff Smith did start off as Santa, but by his own admission has just turned into Uncle Albert. Thanks very much, Jeff.
Have you lost it?
Question 6.
There we go.
Which English author is best known for the fantasy trilogy His Dark Materials? Which English author is best known for the fantasy trilogy His Dark Materials? Brilliant.
That makes my evening, things like that.
I don't know what year Jeff would have left Shiplake. But
you need to tell us, Jeff. What year
if you
did
do start
leave?
coming out with during the war, then you've got to worry, I suppose. Question number 7. Who wrote Casino Royale?
Ooh.
Who wrote Casino Royale?
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. Linking.
There's a link. There's a Bond link there, isn't there? I've said too much.
You should shush now.
Question number 8. Who wrote Our Man in Havana? Who wrote Our Man in Havana? And question number 9. Whose recently published memoir is entitled A Promised Land? Whose recently published memoir is entitled A Promised Land? And question number 10. Which ex-British Prime Minister penned For the Record? Which ex-British Prime Minister penned For the Record? And question 11. So I think some people are going to run away with this. I think some people are going to find this quite hard, but we'll go with it. Question 11. Can you name any 10 of the novels written by Charles Dickens? Name any 10 of the novels written by Charles Dickens. So A Promised Land comes highly recommended by Mr. Scotchbrook. So hopefully you get that one right.
Just rummaging through the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Just to check what we've got.
So can you name 10 novels that were written by Charles Dickens? And whilst some of you are frantically thinking of that, and others of you are just twiddling your thumbs and wondering what on earth they could be. Now, last week we were talking about lockdown resolutions. And one of the most common resolutions, not only for lockdown, but for the new year, was to get fit. So what are you doing in this lockdown to get fit? So Mr. Scotchbrook contacted me during the week and said that he was really feeling up for joining in the Shiplake Strava 5K on a Saturday morning. And I think it's only fair that you should probably be going out with Noah tomorrow morning and helping him as well. But what are other people doing to try and get fit during lockdown? I asked this partly to kind of say, advise, what can we do? So I've started doing my bit this week by getting back on the spinner at school in between lessons and trying to make the most of that. And it's hard, but that's going well. Also, joining Zwift has helped. I've quite enjoyed Zwift. So I'm trying to do my bit there. What are you taking on this week?
I have upped my kilometre count when I'm out walking the dog. And this week we did our first online Zoom walking netball session for our walking netball ladies. And Sunday we have our first online session for our junior netballers. So lots of extra exercise. And any of the girls here, I know Elizabeth's here and Alex, if you joined in on Wednesday with the online fitness session, I hope you liked it and felt all nice and stretched afterwards.
Governor Grimmond is asking, what was question 4? Now, I normally only read the questions twice, but as you're a governor, what family does Juliet belong to in Romeo and Juliet?
Hold on. There's a bit of a controversy in the comments. Mr. Scotchbrook is saying that's the exact opposite of what he told you.
Must be confused.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But can we just give a big shout out as well then to Eddie's mum, to Maud, because Eddie says, Mum's gotten rad at running. She ran 10k this morning. So
is anyone else jumping on the running bandwagon? Anyone else? So we've got the Shiplake Strava 5K going on, but and you might not be involved in that. But is anyone doing the more running? Is anyone getting out on their bikes? Cordel's saying they've had a puppy join our family, so lots of dog walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way forward.
Mandy Rose joined Fit. F. What's that mean? Fit. I
don't know. Which now I feel really bad about saying.
Is it like HIIT?
Might be.
What's that? High impact.
High intensity impact training, something like that.
High intensity. So what's?
I would like to do lying down training.
Yoga.
Could do with a book. That would be fine.
So we've got more walking on the go, running. We've got cycling, fit classes. Maybe you could confirm what that is. Yeah. So I think whilst we're all stuck in lockdown, as I say,
we're doing well.
Yeah, we've got to really, because it's quite long.
Yeah.
The weeks are feeling long. I think we've got to make the most of the time. Swigging.
I don't know what that is.
Does
he mean drinking?
Swigging, as in swigging, or need some clarification on that one?
We're going with eating as a big lockdown activity.
Yeah.
Which is potentially why the fitness needs to happen as well.
Yeah, true.
I think.
Okay, we are. Do you think that's enough time to think of 10?
10 Charles Dickens novels. To be fair, you probably know or don't know.
Zwifting. That's what you meant, not swigging. Zwifting.
That makes more sense.
We
Yeah.
need to. I'm sure. I mean, I've only just started using Zwift, but if anyone out there knows how to do little meetups on Zwift, I think that'd be very good.
Cool.
That'd be
That would be good.
quite a nice extension to the Viking Arms. The Viking Arms Zwift group.
Hangover ride.
And Mrs. Passmore was just saying, she's embracing getting unfitter.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's winter.
Right, let's go on to round 3. And you're quite right, it's winter, Tam.
No way.
And round 3 is all about winter.
Oh, it's like I knew.
So, question 1 in our winter round. What do we call the state when animals sleep through the winter? What do we call the state when animals sleep through the winter?
Lockdown.
No, that's us.
Oh.
Question 2. What was the coldest recorded temperature in the UK? Was it minus 35.6 Celsius? Was it minus 27.2 degrees Celsius? Or minus 19.3 degrees Celsius? What was the coldest recorded temperature in the UK? Was it minus 35.6 degrees Celsius, minus 27.2 degrees Celsius, or minus 19.3 degrees Celsius? And question 3. How much money can a policeman fine a driver for driving with snow on the roof? How much money can a policeman fine a driver for driving with snow on the roof? Now, we checked that one as well, didn't we? It's a figure.
It is a figure.
It's a figure, yeah. In fact, I know that there's a few members of staff on here who may well know what the fine figure might be. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. And I know
driving with snow on the roof.
Not necessarily for driving with snow on the roof, but yeah, I know, they're not whiter than white, you know. Anyway,
you shouldn't be outing people like that.
Question number 4. The Frost Fair was held on which frozen river in the winter of 1620? The Frost Fair was held on which frozen river in the winter of 1620? Mrs. Rapplemore says, can we have multiple choice? No, not on that one, because I think you're obviously too good. You don't have to get fined, but
make up a number.
Make up a number.
Or don't make up a number, choose an actual number.
Number 5. Which country held the first ever Winter Olympic Games? Which country held the first ever Winter Olympic Games? Question number 6. How many sides are there on a typical snowflake? How many sides are there on a typical snowflake? She's going to want multiple choice for that one as well, isn't she?
No.
Question number 7. Winter is coming is the motto of which family in Game of Thrones? Winter is coming is the motto of which family in Game of Thrones?
I mean, to be fair.
What would you rather I said? The cat's mother?
Mrs. Rapplemore, the next time you see him, don't feel you have to be nice or kind, because he's been very horrible. Look at him. Look how chuffed he is.
We're very good friends.
How you have friends?
I do miss you, Mrs. Rapplemore. Anyway, question number 8. Which fictional land of mythical creatures and talking animals was ruled by the White Witch for 100 years of deep winter? Which fictional land of mythical creatures and talking animals was ruled by the White Witch for 100 years of deep winter? Yes, you do.
I don't think Mrs. Rapplemore does miss you, actually. I think she's probably quite truthful.
Question number 9. Winter banana is a variety of which type of fruit? Winter banana is a variety of which type of fruit?
That's quite tricky.
Jeff, yeah, we get a few questions about Wilson. He's sort of, where is he?
He is on the landing. I'll go and get him.
He might make an appearance later. He's got really teenagery lately. Just sort of loafs around, does his own thing, has a crazy 5 minutes, and then
it's quite rude.
Sleeps quite a lot of the time. So he might make an appearance at some point. Did I ask question 9 twice? Yeah, winter banana is a variety of which type of fruit? And question 10, in which European city can you visit the Winter Palace? In which European city can you visit the Winter Palace? And finally, in our winter round, question number 11, can you name 10 of the 15 Winter Olympic sports? So can you name any 10 of the 15 possible answers here? Can you name any 10 of the 15 Winter Olympic sports? And a bit of qualification on this. So obviously if
we were doing summer Olympic sports, you would write down swimming. You wouldn't write down 50 meters breaststroke, 100 meters breaststroke. It's the overall genre of sporting endeavour that we're looking for.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just having a slight steward's inquiry here.
That's definitely what we're looking for. There's different.
That one and that one.
No, it's an overall thing. It's not the individual type of competition underneath that.
All right. Okay. So what Tam said. So 10 of the 15 Winter Olympic sports. Okay. And I was just thinking of that. So yeah. Lots and lots of Google Meets and Zoom meetings going on at the moment in lockdown. So for those of you who aren't thinking of the Winter Olympic sports, what is the most ridiculous thing you found yourself doing in a Google Meet or on a Zoom call since all of this started? So for example, I found myself on Monday afternoon having a Google Meet with all my J15 rowers, and whilst they're sitting on ergos and sitting on static bikes doing their exercise, and I'm sitting on a bike as well, and we're all just biking or erging, and we've got the tunes on, and I thought that was quite surreal, just all working out together, albeit remotely. I felt quite sorry for a year 7 or year 6 boy that I was interviewing yesterday, because he was trying to explain to me all the things he does in kickboxing. So I didn't have a clue what he was talking about, so I just asked him to act it out. So he probably thought, why am I doing this? But now I know what he was on. Now I know what a parry is. So yeah, what's the ridiculous thing you found yourself doing on a Google Meet or a Zoom or a Microsoft Teams meeting? And Mrs. Young is straight in there. Zoom nose. My nose always goes red. That is unfortunate. Putting a JFK mask on a teddy bear. Playing Linky with the neighbours. That's quite a modest one, isn't it?
That's not bad.
That's not too bad.
They're okay.
I find myself, you wouldn't believe this, I've sat in front of this camera for 22 hours now presenting a quiz.
Yeah, that's quite mad.
That's quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
So have you found yourself doing anything particularly stupid or just that you think is just a bit weird that you never thought you would be doing maybe a year at this time 12 months ago? Teaching. Yeah. Well, I've seen you do it as well, Mr. Dick. So yeah, it's very weird. Commenting on Scout Group Chairman's snazzy office, only for it to change to.
Oh, he's left us hanging.
Change to.
Jeff Smith, you've only given us half of the information.
Coaching under-8 hockey over Zoom. Yeah. We've seen the highlights of that as well. Very good. And that's the thing, isn't it? How the hell do you? I mean, you have to sort of take a step back and go, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
How are we going to keep people interested with this? For it to change to the pyramids in 4 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Where's the? Is he?
Do you want me to get the cat?
Well, let's see if he wants to come and say hello.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah,
He looks quite.
Try the little trick.
No, he's all curled up. He's asleep.
What?
Huh?
It's very teenagery. Son wearing pajamas in a meeting.
Nice.
We sometimes have Tam sort of works from here during the day. You sometimes have a bit of an issue, don't you? When the boy sort of emerges to go to the bathroom. Playing Hum That Christmas Tune with the grandparents.
Oh, that's a good one. I like attending a virtual Christmas band evening.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it takes me right back to Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
God, that'd be good this year.
I had to do girls' fitness on Wednesday, where for quite a bit of it, all you could see was like from my knees down because I was demonstrating.
What, running?
No. Very specific way of having your feet when we were doing something.
Sophie doing a handstand with a swim fin and nearly taking out the TV.
Oh, gosh.
Having to reenact a scene from the Full Monty, not the final scene.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Oh no! Apparently, the band evening wasn't as fantastic, maybe as we're hoping.
Oh no!
Oh no! Right, I'm trying for Wilson.
Right. So whilst Tam is trying for Wilson, I'm going to see if I can find the fourth round. How can I forget this? We're coming on to the guest round. One of the year 13s was in a Zoom interview for university when one of his friends ran into the room screaming, "Wearing only pants." I think I know who that was as well. Right, so Leo, Jeff, there he is. Look, he's a bit of a monster now, aren't you? He's a bit of a sleepy one. Look, you say hello to your fans. There he is. So there you go. He's not impressed. He's going to be pretty furious. You managed to scratch my hand up quite badly this morning, didn't you? But yeah, so there he is. You good boy. But the beer keg sent was welcome. Right, we shall go on to the bit that I've been really looking forward to. This is Zach's round. This round is all about Strictly Come Dancing.
Whoop.
So if you watch the show, you'll be fine. If you don't,
this could be tricky.
Guess. So question number one. This is all about dancing. Strictly Come Dancing. All right. Louise Rappamore's instantly coming in with "Oh no." You'll be all right with some of this. If you just a bit of basic culture, Mrs. Rappamore. Come on. Right. Number one. Which South American country does the samba originate from? Which South American country does the samba originate from? Or some might call it the samba. But which American country does the samba originate from? Mixed feedback. Zach, if you are watching this, ignore these comments. They obviously will be able to work out some of these answers. Remember, people are always quick to judge. Question number two. Which celebrity won Strictly Come Dancing in 2020? So the most recent win. Who was the most recent winner of Strictly Come Dancing? Question number three. When was the first episode of the original BBC Come Dancing? Was it 1969, 1959, or 1949? When was the first episode of the original BBC Come Dancing? Was it 1969, 1959, or 1949? Dr. Tresario, your reputation precedes you. You've just been called out there by Mrs. Cordell. Question four. Which famous town in the UK is associated with ballroom dancing?
Oh, come on.
I know. So you don't even have to watch the programme. You lot are so quick to judge. I bet you're actually all doing quite well now. Which famous town in the UK, or I should say, which town in the UK is famously associated with ballroom dancing?
There's no need to change Zach's questions. He wrote them beautifully.
No,
just read.
Oh, is this what happens now?
Well,
22 episodes in.
you don't need to start ad-libbing now. Come on, read the
Oh,
question.
and Leo has actually no, because you're not the Beasleys aren't here.
The Beasleys aren't
So
here.
you're making up for the Beasleys not being here, Leo.
You can make as many slough jokes as you want.
Question number 5. Who were the first 2 presenters of Strictly Come Dancing? Who were the first 2 presenters of Strictly? So we need both names in order to be able to get the point. Okay. Who were the first 2 presenters of Strictly? Question number 6. Who is the band's conductor / music director on the programme?
He always looks very happy.
Yeah. Who is the band's conductor / music director on Strictly Come Dancing? People demanding more Wilson. He's not some sort of circus animal. I can't just sort of say, "Go, come on, Wilson." He's
grooming himself.
He's an independent cat. Question number 7. Did he? Went to Henley College, apparently. Question number 7. Can you name any 2 judges that have been or are currently on Strictly Come Dancing whose first name begins with the letter A? Name 2 judges that have been or are currently on Strictly Come Dancing whose first name begins with the letter A. Ha! Mrs. Rapplemore has sent me a message thinking I would not read this out, but she wants to hide her blushes on the comments box. It says, "I do miss you, really."
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
2 judges that have been or are currently on Strictly whose first name begins with the letter A. Question number 8. And you have to forgive me, Zach, I did edit this one slightly. But who danced alongside Fred Astaire in the film Top Hat? Who danced alongside Fred Astaire in the film Top Hat? I'm being told off again. I've written the wrong answer in. I do know what the answer is, but apparently the answer is Fred Astaire. It's not. Who danced alongside Fred Astaire in Top Hat? Question 9. Who was the first winner of Strictly Come Dancing? So this was we won for the only question I think here for the die-hard fans of it. Who was the first winner of Strictly Come Dancing? Can we give a slight clue to that? Because I think.
Go on then, if you wish.
What does she do?
Newsreader.
It's a newsreader. Okay, so that should be a help. I hope. We'll see. Question 10. Which dance, which features on Strictly Come Dancing, came from Argentina? Which dance, which is featured on Strictly, comes from Argentina? And question 11. Can you name any 10 of the Strictly Come Dancing styles of ballroom and Latin dance? So can you name any of the 10 dances that are featured on Strictly, both either ballroom or Latin, any 10 basically, any 10 of the dances that come up on Strictly, can you name them? And even if you don't watch it, name 10 dances. There we go. That should help some of you out.
Good knowledge there, Zach. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much again for that. And whilst you are dancing in your minds and trying to think,
you just stay dancing in your mind. Let's not actually have real dancing right now.
I'm secretly doing the twist.
Nice.
But that's not what. Anyway. So wet weekend. It's going to be a bit of a miserable weekend. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is probably the highlight of the weekend, really. So top binge watching advice for the wet weekend. So I've been told that we've got to watch The Queen's Gambit on Netflix because quite a few people have said that that's quite good. I want to catch up with that Perfect Planet program, the David Attenborough one. What's worth watching on Netflix or Prime or whatever? What should people be targeting this weekend? Because I think the chances of going out tomorrow and enjoying yourselves is pretty slim.
Good. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Have I got that forecast right?
Oh, you've perked us right up.
Cold, wet, and windy. So if you've basically just got to sit indoors under a duvet watching something, what should we be watching? Passport was saying The Serpent. That's the new one on? That's the BBC, isn't it?
That was BBC.
Yeah. Mrs. Young backing that one up. Mr. Biker, just get back on Zwift. Yeah. Oh, nearly every day this week. I'm knackered. Bosch on Prime. The Serpent. Again, that's getting a few recommendations.
Some stuff I've not heard of.
Film Peanut Butter Falcon. That's on Netflix, I think. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, Mr. Scotchbook is back on The West Wing. I love The West Wing. Absolutely brilliant.
And Mr. Brenton's backing up The Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, yeah.
The Expanse. Mrs. White saying The Expanse.
Ooh, this is good.
Mm.
Staged, yeah.
I think I normally share an office with 3 other people, and so I get regular advice as to what we should be watching on Netflix. But it's been a while now, so this is quite handy. Mandalorian for the kids. Staged, The Queen's Gambit, Tokyo Ghoul, probably for the kids as well. The boys getting involved in Little Britain. Mad Men, Pembrokeshire Murders.
That was on ITV, the first episode earlier this week. It did look really good. That's probably a good call. Very good.
Surviving Death.
Oh no, I've heard about that. Is that the one? I think that's the one it's people who've had sort of like near-death experiences and stuff talking about what that was like.
Oh, that'd be lovely for a Saturday afternoon.
I might be wrong.
Oh wow! What to do when it's really dark and wet and windy outside? Let's cheer ourselves up with Surviving Death. Great.
It's surviving though.
Death in Paradise. You were talking about Death in Paradise.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Death in Paradise. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, thank you very much for all the recommendations. So
hold on, there's just one very important question. If the weather's going to be that bad tomorrow, can we all do our Shiplake 5Ks on Sunday?
Well, I think they'll be adding up the numbers tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Let's put it that way.
Come on, everyone. We've just got to get out and do it. We'll feel all smug when we have.
Right. Anyway, enough of this. Before we go through the answers, as always, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and we hope that you enjoyed your time in the Viking Arms. We will be back next Friday because, again, we've got nothing else to do. But in the meantime, thank you very much for being with us again this evening, and good luck if you are getting fit and doing stuff, and if you're involved in the Shiplake 5K tomorrow, good luck with all of that. Try not to go too mad indoors. And here are the answers. So, in general knowledge, which singer part-funded the research? It was Dolly Parton. She pumped millions into it. So, Dolly Parton for number 1. Question 2, Boris Johnson was snapped in the Olympic Park. Deimos and Phobos are moons orbiting Mars. A booby is a bird, or if you like, a seabird. So a booby is a bird. Question 5, the nut in a Ferrero Rocher is a hazelnut. A murmuration is the collective noun for a group of starlings. The band who recorded the theme tune for Friends was the Rembrandts. The famous graffiti artist from Bristol was Banksy. The seats in the House of Commons are green. And the main ingredient in hummus, thanks Joanne, is chickpeas. The 10 most recent James Bond movies. I'll go in order of most recent first. So the most recent one was Spectre. Then it was Skyfall, Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, Die Another Day, The World Is Not Enough, Tomorrow Never Dies, GoldenEye, and then I think we're on to Timothy Dalton as License to Kill and The Living Daylights. In the literature round, who wrote the Iliad? That was Homer. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights was Heathcliff and not Kathy, Catherine. but we'll take either.
Let's not go with the various.
A Study in Scarlet was the first outing for Sherlock Holmes. In Romeo and Juliet, Juliet is a Capulet. David Cornwell in question 5 is better known, or is also known as John le Carré. In question 6, His Dark Materials was written by Philip Pullman. In question 7, Casino Royale was written by Ian Fleming. Question 8, Our Man in Havana was Graham Greene. A Promised Land is by Barack Obama. And For the Record is David Cameron. Question 11, the 10 novels by Charles Dickens. What?
We know what someone's going to say when we start reading these out, don't we?
I'm ready, I'm prepared.
Okay, good.
So the 10 novels, you could have had any 10 from The Pickwick Papers, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, The Old Curiosity Shop, Barnaby Rudge, Martin Chuzzlewit, Dombey and Son, David Copperfield, Bleak House, Hard Times, Little Dorrit, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, Our Mutual Friend, and we'll also allow you to have The Mystery of Edwin Drood, even though it's an unfinished novel. It was a published novel, albeit it was unfinished. Is that right? Or someone finished it for him.
Go on, who's going to say it first? Who's going to say?
Yeah, come on.
Someone's got to say it.
You've got until the time it takes me to start reading out the answers to the... Oh! Hey! No, you can't have The Christmas Carol because it was a novella. It's not a novel.
Oh.
Take that.
Mrs. Rapplemore is now not missing you at all. She's pleased.
We do research these questions, you know. No, you can't have Christmas Carol. So Yabu sucks to you. Right, question, the winter round. Question 1. When animals sleep through the winter, it is hibernation. The coldest recorded temperature in the UK is minus 27.2 degrees C. A policeman can fine a driver £90 if you drive with snow on the roof. The Frost Fair was held on the River Thames. The first ever Winter Olympic Games were held in France. A typical snowflake has 6 sides. The winter is coming is the motto of the House of Stark.
Oh.
The fictional land of mythical creatures and talking animals in question 8 was Narnia. A winter banana is a type of apple.
Bonkers. And
the Winter Palace is in St. Petersburg. For naming 10 of the Winter Olympic sports, you could have had a point for alpine skiing, biathlon, bobsleigh, cross-country skiing, curling, figure skating, freestyle skiing, ice hockey, luge, Nordic combined, short track speed skating, skeleton, ski jumping, snowboarding, and speed skating. They are the 15 Winter Olympic sports. And finally, we come to the Strictly Come Dancing round. So question 1, the samba comes from Brazil. Question 2, the most recent winner of Strictly was Bill Bailey. The BBC's Come Dancing was first broadcast in 1949.
Goodness me.
The famous town associated with ballroom dancing is Blackpool. The first 2 presenters of Strictly were Bruce Forsyth and Tess Daly. So you need both of those for the point. Bruce Forsyth and Tess Daly. The band's, in question 6, the band's conductor stroke music director is Dave Arch. You need to name 2 judges in question 7 with a first name beginning with the letter A. So you could have had Alfonso Ribeiro, so also known as Colton from The Fresh Prince. Okay, Alfonso Ribeiro. Or Arlene Phillips, Alicia Dixon, and Anton Dubek. So any 2 of those would have got you the point. Alfonso Ribeiro, Arlene Phillips, Alicia Dixon, and Anton Dubek. Who danced alongside Fred Astaire in Top Hat? That was obviously Ginger Rogers. The first winner of Strictly was Natasha Kaplinsky. The dance, which comes from Argentina, is the tango, or the Argentine tango. And then finally, you had to name 10 of the dances that feature on Strictly. So you could have had any 10 from the following: the tango, the Argentine tango, waltz, the Viennese waltz, the American smooth, the foxtrot, Charleston, paso doble, rumba, cha-cha, the couple's choice, and I've been told we can accept contemporary, theatre, jazz, or street commercial, quick step, samba, jive, salsa, and the show dance.
That's such a good round, Zach. You're an absolute superstar. Thank you.
So any 10 of those. Right, they are all of the answers. So whilst you are quickly adding up your score out of 80, Dr. Tresario, all that's left for me to say is obviously, well, for me to call last orders because it's the end of the quiz. Thank you so much again for being with us. We hope that you continue to stay safe in this lockdown. Do look after yourselves and be nice to each other whilst we're all stuck indoors with each other. And don't forget your Ship Lake Strava 5Ks tomorrow morning. The scores are rushing in, and we kick off with Mrs. Young on 63, Mrs. Rapplemore on 69. The Brentons are leading the way on a 71.
Good score.
Tang's coming in at 64. The Bevans on 60. The Slovikovskis on 64. Broomfield's on 68. I judged you too harshly. I thought the scores would be way lower than this week. The Covels on 61. Humphreys is on 66. The Fishers on 57, even with their bonus 20 points. What? Kenny's on 66. The Cordells are just edging it with 72. Cultus is on 56. The Cliffs on 71, so it's joint second at the moment. The Davies are in fourth place with 70.
Well done, Alex.
56 for the Bonans, 66 for the birthday boy, Mr. Dix. 66 for Mr. Dix. 70 for the Passmore, 67 from Louise's mum. The Joanne and her mum are on 63. Jeff is on a very modest 47, but not the worst score because there's a 46 there.
Look at the next score.
Governor Grimond, 78.
Whoop.
What? 80.2. Oh, come off it. 73 for the Lockwoods, 62 for the Coles, 71 for the Scotchbrooks. So that shunts it all down. So, and 65 for the Wensleys. Oh my God. Right. So that is a clear win for Governor Grimond there on 78, followed by, was it 72? Who got the 72? Was that Mr. Brenton?
I think Mr. Brenton 71.
Someone got 72.
Mrs. Cordell,
that was it.
Wendy Cliff got 71. Mrs. Cordell got 72.
Okay, so it looks like 78 is the winning score this week. So very well done, Rose. And second place goes to the Cordells. And a very modest 60 for the Howes. Can't leave that one out, just sneaking in on the last score. Right, that's it, everybody. Hope you've had a great time, and we will see you next Friday. The shuttle. Oh! An inquiry here. She's declaring 68, not 78. So actually, the win goes back
Mrs. Cordell.
to the Cordells.
Well
Congratulations,
done.
Cordells. Right. Thanks very much, everybody. We will see you next Friday. Have a great week.
Look after yourselves.